Hey guys, today we're counting down the top 15 weirdest animals on Earth, creatures that defy expectations with their adaptations and appearances. These animals, often hidden away in remote corners of the Earth or deep beneath the ocean's surface, showcase incredible diversity. Let's start with number 15, Cantor's giant soft-shelled turtle. Cantor's giant soft-shelled turtle is a fascinating species native to Cambodia and Vietnam. This turtle, which has recently been classified as endangered, stands out as one of the largest and strangest-looking turtles. Unlike most turtles that have a hard exterior shell formed by ribs protruding from their bodies, this giant soft-shelled turtle has no exterior shell. Instead, its ribs form a protective plating over its back, but this plating is still beneath the skin, giving the turtle its distinctive appearance. These turtles spend most of their lives buried underground, with only its eyes and nose protruding above the surface. Now, this behavior makes it a powerful ambush predator, feeding primarily on fish and crustaceans. Its bite is in efforts to prevent this species from becoming extinct. Number 14. Wood frog. Lithobates sylvaticus, commonly known as the wood frog, is a species of frog with a broad distribution across North America. It's garnered attention from biologists because of its freeze tolerance. The most remarkable thing about wood frogs happens not in the summer when they transform from tadpoles to frogs, but in the winter when they hibernate. The northern forests in Alaska and Canada have some of the most dramatic temperature ranges in the world. Summer days stretch to 24 hours and temperatures can climb into the 90s. Winter brings some of the Earth's coldest temperatures. It's not too unusual to have temperatures of minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Prospect Creek, just south of Brooks Range, is the coldest temperature ever recorded in Alaska, minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Almost certainly, there were hibernating wood frogs near Prospect Creek when that record was set. Researchers have found that these wood frogs spend the winter frozen. This time, the frog's liver produces large amounts of glucose that flushes into every cell in its body. This syrupy, sugary solution prevents the cells from freezing solid and binds the water molecules inside the cells to prevent dehydration. It's awesome. Number 13. The superb lyrebird. The superb lyrebird is an Australian songbird, one of only two species from the family Menuridae. It's one of the world's largest songbirds, and it's renowned for its elaborate tail, courtship displays, and exceptional mimicry. The species is endemic to Australia, and it's found in forests in the southeast of the country. And while it may have looks, it displays one of the most sophisticated voice skills within the animal kingdom. So what does that mean? Well, the superb lyrebird is celebrated for its remarkable vocal mimicry, with an estimated 70 to 80% of the male's vocalizations consisting of imitations of other species. Females also sing, regularly producing both lyrebird-specific songs and vocal mimicry. Bird call. Like many passerine species, these are significant differences in lyrebird songs across its geographic range. Number 12. The Malagasy leave-nose snake. This snake is a medium-sized, non-venomous, highly cryptic arboreal species. It's endemic to Madagascar. Its snake is found in deciduous dry forests and rainforests, often in vegetation about 7 feet above the ground. These leaf-nose snakes can grow up to 3 feet in length and exhibit significant sexual dimorphism. Males are dorsally brown and ventrally yellow with a long, tapering snout, while females are mottled gray with a flattened, leaf-shaped snout. They have unusually slender bodies and can be identified by their long, pointy snouts. Their main diet consists of frogs and lizards, making them primarily a sit-and-wait predator. This species is known for its curious resting behavior, often hanging straight down from a branch, which, along with its cryptic coloration and hooding behavior, might allow it to mimic a vine's elf owl. The elf owl, as the name would suggest, their diminutive size and unique behaviors set them apart in the avian world. It holds the title of the world's lightest and smallest owl, with an average body weight of just 40 grams. Measuring really only about 5 inches in length and having a wingspan of about 10 inches, these tiny owls are a remarkable contrast to their larger relatives. One of this owl's notable adaptations is its ability to feign death when handled, a behavior that encourages a predator to relax its grip, allowing the owl to escape. During the breeding season, elf owls are monogamous and remain in breeding pairs, but they can be found in small groups during migration and when mobbing predators. Their diet consists of arthropods, including moths, crickets, scorpions, centipedes, and beetles. They forage in agaves and octillos where insects can be found in the flowers, and in urban areas, elf owls utilize outdoor lights that attract bugs as hunting grounds. They're often seen chasing families and even different families. The subfamily Scarabaeinae is often referred to as true dung beetles, is the most associated with that famous behavior. They're typically categorized based on their processing behaviors into three types: rollers, tunnelers, and dwellers. Rollers are perhaps the most famous. They're known for their ability to gather animal waste and form it into round balls. These balls are then rolled along the ground to a preferred location and either buried or used as brood feeding medium by injecting them with eggs. The rolling behavior of dung beetles might be why the ancient Egyptians were fascinated by them, as it resembled the sun god Khepri rolling the sun across the sky. Now, tunnelers create elaborate tunnels beneath dung piles, carrying small dung balls into these tunnels as a nutrient source for their brood. These dung beetles have evolved physical adaptations for their work. Their head is flattened and shovel-like for digging, and their legs are enormous and muscular, equipped with armored spines and powerful rear legs to push and carve out the dung balls. They're piled to its breeding ground, a discovery that highlights how nocturnal insects navigate their environment. Number 9. Fossa. The fossa is a unique and elusive cat-like carnivorous mammal native to Madagascar. Despite its feline appearance, it belongs to the family of carnivorans closely related to the mongoose family. The fossa is a medium-sized, slender creature with both feline and canine features. It's got a sleek body, short, strong legs, large cat-like paws with sharp claws, round ears, a canine-like snout, and a very, very long tail. Despite that slender look, though, the fossa is the island's top predator. It preys on a wide variety of animals ranging from mice to wild boar. But its primary prey is the lemur, of which there are about 30 species on the island. But unlike the mongoose relatives it has, the fossa has a slender cat-like body with retractable claws, allowing it to walk silently and creep up on prey. Its agility and speed make it a Patagonian mara. It's a large desert rodent native to the steppes of Argentina and distinguished by its unique appearance and remarkable adaptations. Resembling a cross between a rabbit and a guinea pig, the mara has the cuteness of a large South American rodent while being closely related to the capybara. It's also known as the Patagonian cavy, the Patagonian hare, and dillaby. The mara is the fourth largest rodent in the world, just bigger than a porcupine and smaller than a muskrat. And it's about as cute as it could be. Well, for a rodent, that is. Maras are primarily herbivores, feeding on green vegetation, seeds, flowers, and fruit. They are diurnal, meaning they're active during the day, and one of the most notable features here is their exceptional agility. They have specialized bones in their legs that enable them to handle heavy impacts and channel energy into impressive jumps. Their elongated limbs make them more nimble than they appear. And in terms of speed, maras are record-holding rodents. They've been observed running alongside a researcher's car at about, oddly enough, the maras typically give birth to twins, with 5% being triplets and occasionally single children. Mara clans can be as large as 70 members, containing up to 33 pups at a time. In these busy households, mothers take shifts in the den to feed their young. It really does take a village to raise a mara. Moving on to number 7, a Yeti crab. At the bottom of our ocean, more than 7,000 feet below the surface, lie mid-ocean ridges. These are underwater mountains formed by tectonic plates splitting apart and hot lava rising beneath the seafloor. These regions are home to some of the thinnest points in the Earth's crust and the hottest temperatures. Here, new seafloor is continuously created and hydrothermal vents spew unimaginably hot, mineral-rich water into the frigid deep-sea environment. Amid this extreme habitat, one of the ocean's most bizarre and unique creatures thrive, the Yeti crab. Discovered in 2005, they perform a sort of dance, waving their claws around in the water. This movement ensures a constant flow of oxygen, methane, and hydrogen sulfide, which are essential for the bacteria to grow. The discovery of this crab also led to the identification of a new family of squat lobsters, the Kiwidae. While the name Yeti crab conjures images of the mythical abominable snowman, the scientific name Kiwa hirsuta has a more grounded origin. Kiwa refers to a Polynesian deity who's considered a guardian of the ocean, and hirsuta means hairy in Latin, aptly describing the crab's distinctive appearance. The habitable zone for crabs is perilously small. Venture too close to the vents and they risk being cooked alive by the intense heat, stray too far, and face the deadly cold of the deep sea. Number 6. Black and white snub-nosed monkey. The black and white snub-nosed monkey, also known as the Yunnan snub-nosed monkey, is a remarkable primate native to the southern Chinese province of Yunnan. known locally as the highest altitude of any known non-human primate. Surviving in such an extreme environment is due to a mutation in the primate's DNA that allows increased resistance to oxygen deprivation. This adaptation is crucial for enduring the low-oxygen environment of the high-altitude forests in which they reside. There's a unique diet to this monkey that allows them to thrive in their harsh environment, although they'll also eat bamboos and other seasonal plants when available. The availability of food items can vary depending on the location of each troop, with some, for instance, consuming rhododendron flower nectar in the spring. This monkey's distribution is highly restricted to an alpine conifer and mixed forest of the Yun Range, part of the Greater Hengduan Mountains. Only about 17 groups, totaling fewer than 1,700 individuals, survive in northwest Yunnan and neighboring regions. As of 2006, the population of these monkeys was estimated at fewer than 2,000 individuals. Number 4. Gliding prowess lies in its enormous flap of leathery skin that stretches from its face to the tips of its fingers and down to the end of its tail. This extensive surface area allows it to maintain lift during its glides. Their skeletons, too, are incredibly light and thin, making their reasonably sized bodies, up to 38 centimeters long and weighing just over a kilogram, light enough to glide even with a joey clinging to their backs. So, if the Sunda flying lemur isn't a lemur, well, what is it? Well, the species is classified as a colugo, with only 2 known species in the world. Its slightly larger cousin, the Philippine flying lemur, is found exclusively there in the Philippines, but the Sunda flying ones are either solitary or in small, loosely connected groups. They cling to tree trunks or branch undersides with all 4 feet and move by stretching out their front legs and then bringing up their back legs. They are quite helpless on the forest floor, which highlights their adaptation to an arboreal lifestyle. Number 4. The bald uakari. The bald uakari, it's also known as the bald-headed signal illness. Now, these uakaris are highly social primates, often living in large groups that can reach up over 200 individuals, though troops of around 30 are more common. The facial redness plays a role in mate selection, with intensity correlating to hormone levels, or estrogen in females and testosterone in males, making it a factor in choosing mates. Unlike many other monkey species, the bald uakari has a short tail and an average of just 15 centimeters long, meaning that it's way too short for gripping branches. Instead, they rely on their strong, long arms and legs to move through the canopy. They do exhibit intelligence and peaceful behavior within their groups. Troop dynamics are fluid, with individuals sometimes leaving and rejoining at different times. While dominance isn't predominantly displayed, elder members often lead foraging expeditions and determine feeding times. They have few natural predators due to their large group sizes, but they are vulnerable to large eagles, snakes, and carnivorous mammals such as ocelots. They mitigate these risks, though, by foraging in mixed species grounces. The bat's name comes from the large, oddly shaped head of the males, which is designed to amplify their loud, honking calls. Their larynx is so large it displaces other organs like the heart, lungs, and gastrointestinal tract. Females, on the other hand, have a more typical megabat appearance without the pronounced head shape. Their tongues have specialized papillae that act like a straw, allowing them to suck out the juices from their favorite fruits. The bats mate through a lek system, where males gather in groups to perform courtship rituals and attract females with their distinctive calls. The loud calls, likened to croaking frogs, are unique features that set them apart from other bats. During the day, these bats roost in trees, either alone or in small groups of about 4 to 5. At night, they forage for food, and despite being considered pests due to their loud calls and fruit consumption, they play an essential role in their ecosystem by dispersing seeds. These bats also exhibit noticeable personalities, which researchers observe when tagging them for tracking. Some bats are docile bodies, and unusually curved tusks give them an ancient, almost mythical look. They have been depicted in cave drawings that are more than 35,000 years old, highlighting their long-standing significance to humans. These depictions underscore the unique place in both natural history and human culture. Their appearance has not significantly changed over the millennia, earning them the nickname prehistoric pigs. Their tusks can grow so long that they sometimes puncture the roof of the babirusa's mouth and protrude out the top of their snouts. These tusks do not seem to cause the babirusa any pain, and in contrast, the females typically lack those distinctive large tusks. If they do develop, they are much smaller and don't grow through the snout. Males are generally solitary, coming together with other males primarily to fight over mates and resources. Those fights involve charging at each other and attempting to stab their opponent with their sharp tusks. The upper tusks serve a defensive role, while the lower tusks are often used offensively. Without regular grinding through their activities, a male's tusks can continue to grow to them, contributing to that otherworldly look. They inhabit freshwater swamps and marshes of East Africa, including countries such as Uganda, Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Zambia, Kenya, Ethiopia, Botswana, and Tanzania. They are particularly associated with areas rich in papyrus vegetation and lungfish, which form a significant part of their diet. The immense beak, one of the largest among birds, is a versatile tool for hunting. It can measure up to 10 inches in length and another 8 in width, and it's adapted to capture large prey such as fish and frogs, and even baby crocodiles. The edges of the beak are razor sharp, enabling the shoebill to swiftly decapitate its prey. This impressive predatory adaptation, combined with the bird's stately posture and slow, deliberate movements, gives it a distinctly prehistoric aura. While generally silent, shoebills engage in intriguing vocalizations during the nesting season. They perform bill-clattering displays at the nest, a sound akin to machine. Their methodical and slow flapping when in flight at approximately 150 flaps per minute is one of the slowest among birds, contributing to their distinctive and, frankly, eerie presence. This slow, deliberate movement underscores their methodical nature, both in flight and on the ground. And besides, they're awesome.